The night air was colder than usual when she stumbled into the small roadside cafe, trembling so hard her hands could barely push the door open. Her eyes darted around, wide with fear, searching for a place, any place, where she could breathe. She looked young, maybe 24, with exhaustion carved into every line of her face. And when she whispered, "Please, someone help me," her voice was barely more than a broken breath. At the corner table sat a group known in town as the Guardians. Not a gang. Not a club. Just a tight-knit group of writers who volunteered in community emergencies. They were big, tough-looking, and intimidating to anyone who didn't know them. But behind their leather jackets were hearts trained to help. When she approached their table, everything grew quiet. She clutched the fabric of her jacket with trembling fingers, as if holding herself together. "Please," she whispered, I need safety. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to StorySphere, like the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us bring more emotional and inspiring stories to life. The Guardians exchanged looks, each one realizing this was not something they could ignore. Their leader, a man named Mason, broad-shouldered, steady-eyed, gentle-spoken, stood first. "Take a breath," he said softly. "You're safe here." "What happened?" She hesitated, eyes filling with tears. She tried to blink away. "My name is Harper," she whispered. "And I've been running for years." Mason motioned for her to sit. He offered her water, and his wife, Grace, an EMT who rode with the group, pulled up a chair beside her. Harper's hands shook so violently she could barely hold the glass. "What are you running from?" Grace asked gently. Harper swallowed hard. "From my past. From people who hurt me. From a mark I never wanted." Grace's eyes softened. "A mark?" Harper nodded. She pulled her jacket slightly to the side, revealing the top of her shoulder. "I didn't want anyone to see it," she said. "But it never stopped following me." Grace looked at Mason, silently asking permission to examine her shoulder. Harper nodded, giving consent. Grace lifted only the fabric over Harper's upper shoulder, exposing a small faded symbol, not graphic or violent, but clearly something branded into her life long before. The Guardians leaned in, not with judgment, but with concern. "That symbol," Mason murmured, "it belongs to a rehabilitation shelter. My mother used to volunteer there." Harper's breath caught. "You recognize it?" He nodded. "It means you were part of a safe home. You weren't abandoned. Someone cared for you once." Harper pressed a hand to her mouth as tears finally spilled over. "I thought it meant something bad. The people who took me in, they were good at first. But after the shelter closed, things changed. They used the mark to control me." Grace gently touched Harper's hand. "Honey, that mark was never meant to trap you. It meant you were protected. Loved. Wanted." Harper shook with quiet sobs, the kind that come from years of carrying pain alone. Mason's voice softened further. "We can help you. That symbol connects you to people we know, good people. You're not alone anymore." Harper looked up at him, hope flickering through fear. "You mean I can stop running?" "You can start healing," Mason said. Grace wrapped a warm blanket around her shoulders. Another Guardian called a trusted local counselor. Someone else ordered food, knowing she probably hadn't eaten properly in days. Every movement was gentle, steady, reassuring. For the first time in years, Harper didn't feel hunted. She felt held. The hours passed with quiet conversation, warmth, and soft reassurance. Harper shared pieces of her story, how she bounced from place to place, how she never felt safe, how she hid the mark because she believed it was a curse. "It's not a curse," Grace said firmly. "It's proof you survived." Mason nodded. "And now, you get to choose what your life looks like next." When morning sunlight filtered through the cafe windows, Harper stepped outside with the Guardians. She looked different, still fragile, but standing a little taller. She inhaled deeply, as though breathing freely for the first time in years. "Thank you," she whispered. "For believing me, for not judging me, for giving me a chance." Mason placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Kindness isn't weakness. It's strength. And you're about to discover yours." Harper smiled, a real, hopeful smile. The kind that hinted at new beginnings, and as the guardians escorted her toward a safe place in a new chapter, she realized something powerful. Sometimes the people who look the toughest are the ones who carry the biggest hearts, and sometimes the help you've been begging for arrives the moment you finally stop hiding your pain. Kindness can change a life, sometimes it can even save one.